Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aldo and today I am going to show you how I made this dress. So a few weeks ago I did a fabric shopping haul video and I asked you guys which dress I should recreate. This is inspired by Miss Meghan Markle or the Duchess of Sussex. So this is what the dress looked like and I'm really pleased how it turned out. So I just kind of altered the shoulder a little bit just because the one that she was wearing, the shoulder is really exposed. So it's not really my style because I would love to be able to wear this dress to church or some other places so I don't have to kind of cover up my shoulders. So anyway, I am so glad that you guys picked out this dress because this is actually my favorite and I was like hoping that you guys are going to pick that one out. So obviously we are all in the same page, which I absolutely love. So basically this project I just used basic patterns. So like the top is just a basic bodice patterns, the front and the back is just basic, and then a basic long sleeve patterns. And then the skirt, it looks like a half circle skirt, but it is actually an A-line skirt that I kind of flared a little bit to get that flared action. You can't see it, but you're gonna see it. Here, let me just pull the camera a little bit down so you can see it. So yeah, it looks like a half circle skirt, but it's actually just an A-line skirt that I just kind of fan out the pattern a little bit so I will have that effect, and I absolutely love it. I really love the fabric. This is a scuba fabric, but it is not super thick, which I love, and I am really pleased with this fabric. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It was really easy to work with, and hopefully you guys are going to be inspired to recreate this dress. It's actually really easy to do. I'm going to have the link to the fabric that I used today. I'm going to have the link in the description box below if you're interested. I'm just so happy that you guys are able to participate in the question last time, you know, when I asked you which dress to recreate. I'm just so happy that you guys participated, so I get to make this dress that you picked out. So yeah, thank you so much again, and I will see you soon. Bye!
So the first thing I will do is cut out all the fabric pieces. I already have a tutorial on how to make your own bodice pattern, so I'm just going to have the link in the description box below or at the end screen. Make sure that you are following the grain lines so it will give your fabric more stretch if you are going to be using the same fabric that I used here. And by the way, this pattern has 1/2 inch seam allowances on all sides. That's why I didn't have to add it. And then I will just repeat the same process for the back bodice. Now I will be cutting out sleeves. So I fold the fabric in half just like this and place the pattern right on top of it, pin it to secure, and then I'm going to just cut it out. Now I will be cutting out the bottom of the dress. So basically I fold the fabric in half, and this pattern piece that you see here is basically 1/4 of my waistline, and then I just cut it into strips like this. I actually used the same one when I made a maxi skirt or maxi dress a few months ago. This is the same pattern. I just didn't have the time to transfer it on the actual paper, but basically I will reusing it. As you can see, I folded it to my desired length since I will be making a midi length dress. Right after that, I am going to fan out the strips of paper just like this. I did not have enough fabric. If I had enough, I was actually going to make it much more flared out. but since I have to work with the rest of the fabric, I'm just going to fan it just like this, about 2 inches in between strips. And then I'll go ahead and connect the lines or the hem lines just like this. You can freehand it or use a ruler just like I did here. On the side seam, I am going to be adding 1/2 inch seam allowance. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out. This pattern right here is going to be for the front of the skirt. So now I am going to bring down the waistline. I'm going to bring it down to 1 1/2 inches. And I'm just going to connect it just like this into a curve. And then trim off the excess fabric. I will use the same piece as my template for the back skirt. The back skirt panel, I'm going to raise the waistline about 2 inches. Now that the cutting part is over, yay! Now I can actually construct the dress, which is always my favorite part. So all in all, I will have 8 pieces of fabrics, front and back bodices, and then you will have 2 sleeve patterns as well. I cut out neck facing. It's going to be for the front and back neck facing, and of course the skirt panels. So all in all, I have 8 pieces. The first thing I did was transfer all the darts onto the fabric, and I'm going to sew them. So I will have 4 darts. You don't have to add darts, but I just love darts because it just gives the fabric or the garment some shape. And right after that, I am going to knot the tail so the darts will not unravel. And it should look something like this. Now it's time to press the seams. Here I am sewing the inseam of the sleeves. Now it's time to join the shoulder seams so I can finish the neckline. I will also do the same thing on the facing. I'm going to join them right on the shoulder seams. And I'm just using a regular straight stitch. The only time I use the stretch stitch is when I join the bodice and the skirt together. And then I'm just going to place the neck facing on the right side of the fabric. Be sure that you are matching the front neck facing to the front bodice, and same goes to the back piece, back neck facing and the back bodice together. And then I'm going to sew it all the way around, making sure when I am turning on that curve, I'm taking it ever so slowly, because you want it as neat as possible, because that is like the first thing you will see on the garment is the neckline. So you want it very neat and tidy. Now I am going to trim the excess fabric, and I'm going to make some small cuts, especially around the curved area. It will just release the tension of the fabric on that area. And then I am going to sew an understitch all the way around. It will just prevent the neck facing from sticking up. And then it's time to press the seams so the facing will stay put and the neckline is going to be nice and crisp. As you can see here, the facing is just not laying flat like I thought it would be. I kind of cut the interfacing or the facing a little short than what it should be. So my quick fix to that is I use a soft stretch fusible web adhesive. You just iron it on the wrong side of the facing, and then just iron it, and it's basically going to hold it down so you don't have to do an invisible stitch. Now it's time to sew the side seams of the bodice. So now it's time to work on the skirt panels. So I marked the center front of the skirt, and then from there I kind of figure out where I'm going to put the darts. So I just kind of use the bodice as my guideline, and then I use the pins right there, and I'm just going to extend the darts about 4.5 inches. And then I will add 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart. Obviously, I will repeat the same steps on the back skirt panel. After I'm done with it, I am going to sew the darts in place. Now it's time to close the side seams of the skirt. Now it's time to join the skirt and the bodice together. I did not show that part because it was actually hard to see because I'm working on a dark fabric. I have to mention that this fabric is actually a little slippery, so you have to pin it like every 1 inch or so, just so the fabric doesn't move as you sew. And here I am making sure that the darts are matching perfectly, because if not, you will have to redo it. Now it's time to work on the sleeves. I am going to do a basting stitch right about here, about 2 inches wide, and then I will lightly gather it so it will fit perfectly in the armhole. So if you are having trouble putting sleeves, or the sleeves are not matching in the armhole, this is the easy fix. It is called easy. And then I'm just going to place it inside the armholes. I'm going to match the seams and then pin it all the way around and then sew it all the way around. And the dress is pretty much done. All I have to do is hem the sleeve hems and the bottom of the dress, and it's done.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload every week, so this month is going to be different. I'm going to try to upload 2 videos per week. So yeah, that's a stretch, but I am going to make it happen, just because I know, a lot of you guys are going to have like vacation time, so maybe if you're bored, you can watch my sewing tutorials. So anyways, I will see you soon, and I will talk to you later. Bye.